Solitude, desolation, austerity. A few adjectives to summarize this landscape. An area so close to a metropolis, yet so remote it'll make you feel like you're the only person left on Earth. An area rich with history, prosperity, and eventual heartache. An area where water is scarce, and all life struggles just to watch the sun rise once again. Join us for another Trails Off-Road Overland adventure through Kofa National Wildlife Refuge. Our meetup spot for this trip would be a very small town just north of Kofa. This would be our last opportunity for gas and any other items that we forgot in town. This would also be the last sight of civilization for the next 4 days, which is just how we like it. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
Good to see you.
Good to see you, dude, brother.
We all aired down our tires and it was time to hit the trail, to start a new adventure in a new year. We made our way down a long and washboarded out road until we finally saw the sign we have all been waiting for. The sign that we were officially in Kofa. We took a bit of time studying the rules and information about this area before we took off into the great unknown. The first section of four-wheel drive trail that we explored would take us through several vegetated washes, and the obscure geology of this area was becoming evident. Why does every peak have such a different appearance than the next? This would be a theme of our adventure. There is plenty of history out here. The Kofa Monument is one of the many plaques in the area with descriptions of its heritage, and with the surrounding rock formations, it is easy to see why they picked these places. Another theme of Kofa is the distinct and marvelous vegetation. Survival of the fittest was a phrase coined in the mid-1800s, and Kofa is no exception. Maybe the one peculiarity is the beauty that this flora holds in such a dry ecosystem, and how remarkable it was to be experiencing it via four-wheel drive vehicle. There is almost too much to look at out here that it becomes overwhelming. Every shade of green, every color of rock. At this point, we were ready to find camp and get a good night's rest, just to do it all again tomorrow. The next morning would turn out to be a beautiful day with blue skies and open roads. At this point, we were in BLM land, straddling the wildlife refuge border. One of the main industries out in this arid landscape is ranching, and there is still a lot of old corrals you can drive right up to and check out. It is amazing to think about how ranchers and their cattle have survived in these harsh conditions. Kofa has been known for temperatures to exceed 120 degrees in the summertime. Our next stop would be the base of Coyote Peak, where a memorial sits to honor one of the first pioneer cattlemen in this area. We pulled off to the side of the road to not only check out the memorial, but to just soak up these impressive surroundings.
Bob Crowder was one of the first cattlemen. I like the way they made this with all the different. Yeah, they're beautiful woods. Bob Crowder Dam completed November 5th, 1964, in cooperation with the BLM. Dedicated to R.E. Crowder Sr., born on February 25th, 1886, in Parker County, Texas. Passed away on December 4th, 1960, in Phoenix, Arizona. Came to Arizona in 1913 one of Arizona's pioneer cattlemen.
After our stop at Coyote Peak, it was time to hit the road. We had some miles to cover today, and we had only scratched the surface of Kofa's majestic beauty.
You're getting into the good stuff, John and Anna.
As the day approached noon, we were all getting hungry. It was time to pull off and grab a bite to eat, and what a treat it was to have this as our backdrop. What you got there, Todd?
I have egg salad on paleo-style bread.
Yum.
Eating like caveman.
String cheese roll up with roast beef.
Fancy.
Yep.
What fire rings you right out there? See, we're still a little BLM.
He's eating my ham sandwich.
It's a jaw. Look at this. Oh, wow. Look how white these bones are. Oh, anybody missing a tooth? Look at this.
Wow.
I wonder what killed it. I wonder if it's a cow.
After a great lunch, it was time to hit the trail. We were just getting into the thick of it, and we still had quite a bit of ground to cover. The vegetation was becoming more abundant as we progressed into the depths of Kofa. At this particular point, the cholla popping out of the volcanic rock went on for as far as the eye could see. The desert truly is a special place to find yourself, with your good friends and not another person in sight. We finally made it to the Hovater Homestead, where we checked out the Hovater graves just above their saguaro lined driveway.
1997 to 1974. Well, Dean definitely did better than Barbara.
That's his daughter, and she was killed when a propane tank exploded here at the homestead. And his wife's ashes, Mr. Hovater's wife's ashes, is scattered here as well.
The Hovater Homestead is where we would call home for the night, and hope the spirits resting at this homestead didn't mind our presence in their beautiful, isolated residence, away from the rest of the world. Today's plan was to check out an old cabin, find some beautiful sections of trail, and make camp at a nice peaceful spot, tucked in between the surrounding valley. With the clear blue skies above us, we could tell it was going to be another wonderful day out in the deserts of Arizona.
badly.
These desert cabins in the middle of nowhere are just so cool. It was incredible to see this one in such great shape. The saying, "leave it better than you found it," seems to be the unspoken agreement between all the visitors over the years.
Mouse magic. Here's the star of the show. Hannah, have you ever read the Idiot's Girl Action Adventure Club?
I haven't. It sounds a little mean.
So this was a kit house. It came kind of pre-assembled, different parts, and the parts had medallions on them. And so you would find the appropriate medallion, and then the next medallion, and then the next medallion, and you'd put those pieces together and build the house. So the house was pre-built elsewhere and assembled here.
We could have spent all day examining the literature and trinkets left in this cabin over the years, but it was time to hit the road. Wade kept telling us, the best is yet to come. And Wade is one of those people when he says something like that, you know it's going to be good. With wheels turning, we were on our way. We navigated through a few sandy washes, which opened up to fast-moving stretches of desert plateaus. We were making good time at this point. The distant mountain views were guiding our journey. One more valley to cross, and we would be at our destination, Gesser Pass. For a lot of trails that include the word pass, the pass is usually the destination. However, this would be a bit different. The pass itself wasn't the destination, the wash was. Meandering through the wash, we couldn't help but be amazed by the cool temperatures, the lush, varied plant life, and the views of the towering peaks that surrounded us. Once out of the wash, the entire valley opened up and the views were incredible. We knew that camping out here wouldn't be a bad option, so we found a nice spot and soaked up the remaining sunlight. After being greeted with one of the most breathtaking sunrises, it was time for breakfast. We were slow rolling today, so Wade and MJ took the opportunity to make one of their favorite breakfasts, and boy was it good.
Really good.
All right.
That is good.
Today we would go explore an abandoned mining district, but first, there was one stop we wanted to check out. This would provide insight into what life was really like out here, and how only the strong survived.
So this is the Kofa Cemetery. At one time there was a pretty good number of people, several thousand living here that were working at the Kofa mine and the surrounding mines. Most of the people buried here died in accidents in the mines or of diseases. There's even a few children here that died when their parents were working out here in the mine. It's actually unknown how many graves there are in the cemetery. Cemetery is in fairly a state of disrepair, but it's still a place that people come to remember.
We were making our way up to the North Star Mine, and from the bottom, it didn't look like much. But when we walked up there, we realized the sheer size of this place. It was absolutely massive, and there was a ton of history to go explore. What kind of rocks are you guys finding?
Pink ones and red ones and gray ones.
White, heavy
White
ones,
ones,
small ones, big
Yellow
ones.
ones.
Okay, that one's pretty
Big
cool.
ones, lit ones.
Our last stop would be the horse tanks, one of the only naturally flowing water sources in all of Kofa. But there was some business that we needed to attend to.
Please, people, buy flowers. Don't buy these polluting balloons.
Let's take the trash out. Once we had taken care of business, it was time to check out the last stop of our trip. These tanks out here are extremely rare and can be the difference between life and death for the animals that rely on them.
Kind of a big amphitheater. There's a drainage that comes off from the right, the center, and the left. They all feed down to this one point. And each one of those steep drainages, especially the one in the center, where it carves out the tanks.
Yeah.
There's some big old pools up there.
Yeah.
And what a trip it was. Kofa is one of those places with an unexplainable pull to explore its reaches. This would be an adventure that would be hard to forget, and to think we had only just scratched the surface. I certainly can't wait to come back.
That's it, guys!